Hi, this is Tia from Genres and Journals. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my reading journal spread for the month of February. These spreads are pretty simple because I'm only setting up the first 2 pages for the month. That's going to be the title page, just a decorative page that says January, and then on the page facing that one is going to be my book record for the month, where I will write down all of the books that I read and their star ratings. And then the following pages I will set up during the month as I read the books, and you can sort of see as I flip back and forth between this setup in January what that will look like. So I basically just print out the book covers of every book and then write their star rating and some thoughts about them as I go throughout the month, but I don't set them up at the beginning of the month. I will do that as I go, since I don't know exactly how many books I'm going to be reading. But anyway, before I started this layout, I did go ahead and go through all of my ephemera and stickers and stuff to see which ones I wanted to use for this, and I decided to go on this kind of vintagey pink floral aesthetic, I guess, for this month. And I set out all those papers and stickers and then kind of sorted through them one more time here to make sure I was going to use the ones that I wanted to use on these first 2 pages, and then the ones that I don't use I am going to set aside and just probably use throughout the rest of the month on the subsequent pages. I am using an Archer and Olive journal. It is a Neapolitan journal, which means that it has 3 different colors of pages: white, black, and craft paper, which is like a tan brown color. And all of the ephemera and scrapbook paper and stickers that I'm using today are from kits that I bought on Amazon. My markers that you saw me use to write the title for February are Tombow markers, and I use black micron pens for the black lettering. As for my TBR for February, I am not going to write anything down here in my journal because I have a tendency to change my mind a lot throughout the month and end up just sort of picking the books as I go. However, I do know that I want to read a lot of romance in February. I really want specifically to read a bunch of fantasy romance. I would really like to read some fairy romance, as well as some books that have werewolves in them. So if you have any recommendations in those 2 categories, I would love to hear them down in the comments below, because those are the 2 things that I'm really, craving right now. And I also probably will read a historical romance or 2 during the month of February. So if you have any recommendations in that genre, I would love to hear those as well. So yeah, those are the 2 main categories that I'm really thinking I'm going to read in February: is historical romance and fantasy romance. But I don't have anything set on my TBR except for one buddy read that I'm going to be doing later in the month with my friend Amy from Zoe Beck here on YouTube. We are going to be reading I'm not sure what number it is in the Blades, the Kinsman, what is it called? Blade something. I'm not sure what the name of it is. Anyway, but it's by Alona Andrews, and we have been buddy reading all of their series, and we're on the very last book that we need to read to have all of their books read. So anyway, so we're reading the final book in the Kinsman series this month, and that's the only book that I have specifically on my TBR. So I would also like, if you know of any readathons that are happening in February that have to do with fantasy or romance, please let me know, because I would love to join those as well. I know that there used to always be a, what's it called? Feb. So, Fantasy Romance February. And I think that they are still having that, but there weren't any challenges that I could see. And so I would really like to be in a readathon that has challenges, but I mean, I guess that's okay as long, I don't know. I guess it's okay to still join that one, even though there aren't challenges. And maybe I'll just, read as much fantasy romance as I can during the month and let that be my challenge. But if you know of any others that focus around fantasy or romance during the month of February, please let me know so that I can try and join one of them this month. As you can see there, my journal setup is a lot of trial and error, really about where I think things will look the best. And I will place stickers and washi here or there, and if I don't think it looks good, then I'll just take it back up. There really is no right or wrong answer about how you want to decorate your journal. Just do what you think looks good and that you are going to enjoy looking at all throughout the month. So here I put down some washi and then decided that I didn't like the way it looked and took it right back up. So, I mean, that's okay, right? You just do whatever you want to do. And also I am using right here Crayola Super Tips to draw in some flowers. Those are a great set of markers to have. They sell them even in like 100-pack. And they have a lot of really great colors, so I highly recommend those if you're looking for a set of markers and you don't want to spend a ton of money, because they are much cheaper than Tombow markers. But anyway, yeah, so I just lost my train of thought, but basically what I was saying is you may make mistakes. You may decide that things don't look good, and that's okay. You just take them back up and change them and do them the way that you want them to look. It's all about finding something that works for you and that you enjoy doing every month. So yeah, I think I am almost to the end here. I'm just using my micron to go back and outline all of these little flowers to help make them pop out on the page. And then I am going to, in a minute, look over there and decide that I don't like the way that wheelbarrow looks on the edge, that I wish I had gone ahead and put washi all the way to the end, that it kind of looks blank there. And so I slide some underneath that, and I think that is it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions and if there is any romance that you recommend for this month, and let me know what you're reading in the month of February, and I will see you next time in my next video. I hope you all have a great month of reading and read lots of new favorites. Bye.